Good morning students. Today this video is related to structure of human heart. Okay, so before going to start this topic, I want to recall you something that in class 9 you have learnt about blood. Okay, what is that? Blood. As we know student, this blood contains fluid which is called plasma and which is responsible for carrying oxygen, carbon dioxide and whatever the nitrogenous waste materials throughout our body. But how this blood flow inside our body? Okay, so there is a organ which pumps the blood throughout our body. Okay, and what is that organ? That is our heart. Okay, the main function of the heart is to pump blood throughout our body, which helps the blood to carry oxygen, carbon dioxide and waste materials in dissolved form. Okay, so let's start the structure of human heart. Okay, in my screen you will see the diagram of human heart. Okay, how does it look like? Okay, it is conical in form, right? Okay, let's start. The heart has 4 chambers. Okay, it is a hollow muscular organ which is present in the thoracic cavity between the 2 lungs, which has 4 chambers. Okay, there are 4 chambers present in heart. The upper 2 chambers are called atria, whereas the lower 2 chambers are called ventricles. Okay, the upper 2 chambers are called atria and the lower 2 chambers are called ventricles. Okay, atria is the plural form. In singular we can say it is atrium. Okay, atrium. Here between the right atrium and the right ventricle there is a valve is present which is called tricuspid valve. Okay, between the right atrium and the right ventricle tricuspid valve is present, and between the left atrium and the left ventricle the valve present that is called mitral valve or bicuspid valve. Okay, tricuspid valve is present between the right atrium and right ventricle, whereas the mitral valve or bicuspid valve is present between the left atrium and left ventricle. Okay, here you will see septum. Okay, do you know students, the right side of the heart consists of deoxygenated blood, whereas the left side of the heart consists of oxygenated blood. Okay, the right side of the heart consists of deoxygenated blood and the left side of the heart consists of oxygenated blood. To prevent the mixing of two bloods, there is a wall or partition is present which is called septum. Okay, to prevent the mixing of this deoxygenated blood and oxygenated blood, there is a wall or partition is there which is called septum. Okay, so here we have already discussed that the heart is located in the thoracic cavity in between the 2 lungs. You can easily see in my screen. Okay, the red part is our lungs and between the 2 lungs the heart is present, and the area is called thoracic cavity, and these are very delicate organs which is protected by a rib cage. Okay, this is the most important thing, that the protective layer of the heart. Okay, the protective layer of the heart is called pericardium, right, or the outer covering of the heart is called pericardium. This is 1 mark question students. The protective layer of heart is called gas. Our answer is pericardium. Okay, here we have already discussed that the heart has 4 chambers. The upper 2 chambers are called atria, whereas the 2 lower chambers are called ventricles. Okay, this is the tricuspid valve. The right atrium opens to the right ventricle via tricuspid valve, whereas the left atrium opens to the left ventricle via mitral valve or bicuspid valve. It is also known as bicuspid valve. Okay, The heart is in conical form, okay, with upper broad part, okay, and the base and the lower narrow part, which is called apex. Here you will see, this is our base part, okay, this is our apex part. The lower narrow part is called apex, okay. And the heart is about 5 inches long, students, okay. An adult heart is about 5 inches long, okay, 3.5 inch wide, okay, and 2.5 inch from front to back, okay, 3.5 wide, okay, and 2.5 inches front to back. Up to this is the structure of human heart, okay. This is the diagram of human heart, okay, where you will see superior vena cava, pulmonary vein, right atrium, okay, pulmonary valve, tricuspid valve, inferior vena cava, right ventricle, aorta, pulmonary artery, left atrium, okay, mitral valve or bicuspid valve, aortic valve, and left ventricle, okay. The blue part, where it is blue because it is contain deoxygenated blood, and the red color means that is oxygenated blood, okay. The right side consists of deoxygenated blood and the left side consists of oxygenated blood. To prevent the mixing of these two bloods, there is a wall or partition which is called septum, okay. Now we will see how the blood flows inside the heart, okay, how the circulation occurs actually. Let's see. In this diagram I am going to explain you, okay. Here we will see superior vena cava and inferior vena cava, okay, but in your NCERT book it is written as vena cava, okay. Superior vena cava carries blood from the head region, okay, from the upper part of our body. The superior vena cava carries deoxygenated blood from different organs to the right atrium, whereas the inferior vena cava carries blood from the lower part of the organ to the right atrium, okay. Superior vena cava carries deoxygenated blood from the upper part of the upper part of the organ to the right atrium, and the inferior vena cava carries deoxygenated blood from lower parts of the organ, okay. And after the blood reaches to the right atrium, it creates pressure, right. After the blood, when the blood reaches to the right atrium, deoxygenated blood, okay, it exerts pressure. Due to this pressure, the tricuspid valve opens and the deoxygenated blood comes to the right ventricle, okay. First of all, what happens, students? Superior vena cava carries deoxygenated blood from upper part of our body, whereas the inferior vena cava carries blood from lower part of the body, and the deoxygenated blood reaches to the right atrium, and after it reaches, it creates pressure or it exerts pressure, and due to this pressure the tricuspid valve opens, okay, and the blood comes to the right ventricle, okay. From the right ventricle the blood goes to the lungs for oxygenation, okay. As we know, this is deoxygenated blood, so for carry oxygen this blood goes to the lungs from right ventricle to the lungs through pulmonary artery, okay, students. And pulmonary artery is the only artery which carries deoxygenated blood, okay. Which arteries carries deoxygenated blood from right ventricle to the lungs? That is our pulmonary artery, okay. Always remember these things because it is very important, okay. We know that artery always carry oxygenated blood, Okay, but it is the only artery, pulmonary artery is the only artery which carries deoxygenated blood from right ventricle to the lungs for oxygenation. Okay, and after the blood carries oxygen, it comes back to the left atrium through pulmonary vein. Okay, pulmonary vein, this is the most important thing. Okay, pulmonary vein is the only vein which carries oxygenated blood from lungs to the left atrium. Okay, what we know that veins carries always deoxygenated blood, but here the pulmonary vein carries oxygenated blood from lungs to the left atrium. Okay, one more question is there. Okay, pulmonary artery is the only artery which carries deoxygenated blood, and pulmonary vein is the only vein which carries oxygenated blood. Okay, question is that which arteries carries deoxygenated blood from right ventricle to the lungs? My answer is pulmonary artery. Which veins carries oxygenated blood from lungs to the left atrium? My answer is left atrium, pulmonary vein. Okay, so after the blood reaches to the left atrium, okay, it again creates pressure, okay, or it exerts pressure. Then the blood comes to the left ventricle through bicuspid valve. When the pressure exerts in left atrium, okay, the bicuspid valve or mitral valve opens, right, and the blood comes to the left ventricle. Okay, from the left ventricle it goes to the aorta. Okay, from the left ventricle it goes to the aorta, and the oxygenated blood flows to the different parts of the body. Okay, so what is happened, students? First of all, the superior vena cava carries deoxygenated blood from upper part of the organ, whereas the inferior vena cava carries deoxygenated blood from lower part of the organ to the right atrium. After the blood reaches to the right atrium, which is deoxygenated, it creates pressure or exerts pressure, and this blood comes to the right ventricle through tricuspid valve. From the right ventricle, the blood goes to the lungs through the pulmonary artery for carry oxygen. It is the only artery which carries deoxygenated blood from right ventricle to the lungs. And after oxygenated, the blood return back to the left atrium through pulmonary vein. Okay, it is the only vein which carries oxygenated blood from lungs to the left atrium. When the oxygenated blood reaches to the left atrium, it creates pressure or exerts pressure, and due to this pressure the mitral valve or bicuspid valve opens and the oxygenated blood comes to the left ventricle. From the left ventricle it goes to the aorta, and through this aorta the blood passes to the different parts of the organ. Okay, first the deoxygenated blood comes to the right atrium, next it goes to the right ventricle through tricuspid valve, next from right ventricle it goes to the lungs for oxygenation through pulmonary artery. After carrying oxygen, it returns back to the left atrium through pulmonary vein, and after that from the left atrium it comes to the left ventricle through bicuspid valve, and from left ventricle it goes to the aorta and it passes to the different parts of our body. So here the entry and exit of blood is 2 times. Okay, the deoxygenated blood comes, again it gets oxygenation for it goes to the lungs, and after that it gets oxygenated, it return back to the heart. Okay, so the entry and exit of blood is 2 times. Okay, that's why it is called double circulation. This is 2 marks question where the circulation of blood is called double circulation in human heart. Okay, so the entry and exit of blood is 2 times. Here you say, first of all the deoxygenated blood comes to the right atrium. Okay, and after that the deoxygenated blood goes to the lungs for oxygenation and it return again to the heart. Okay, that's why it is called double circulation. Okay, okay students, here the protective layer of the heart is called pericardium. Okay, I have already explained you the structure of human heart and the circulation of blood. One of the most important thing is that student, heart is a organ also, right? Heart is also a organ. So for proper functioning of the heart, who provides blood to the heart exactly? We have already studied that heart provide oxygenated blood to the different parts of the organ for proper functioning of our organ. Okay, this heart is also a organ. So who provide blood to the heart? This is the most important question. Okay, we should think about this. Who provide blood to the heart for proper functioning of the heart? So what is the answer, students? The answer is coronary arteries. Okay, coronary artery is the artery which provide blood to the heart for proper functioning. Okay, what is that artery? That is coronary artery is the artery which provide blood to the heart for proper functioning of the heart. And if there is any blockage in this coronary arteries or it can't function properly, then cardiac arrest, or which is called heart attack, is there. Okay, so here we will discuss, we have already discussed the structure of human heart. Okay, how this blood circulate in the heart. Okay, why it is called double circulation. Okay, so what are the questions arise from this topic is, first of all, explain the structure and function of heart with a neat and clean diagram. This is the most important question. Okay, and also draw a well leveled diagram of human heart. Okay, and what do you mean by double circulation? 2 marks question. Okay, which arteries provide blood to the heart? What do you mean by pulmonary artery? Okay, which veins carry oxygenated blood to the left atrium? Okay, the protective layer of heart is called dash. This is 1 mark question. Okay, so these are the short question that is asked from this topic. And long question, explain the structure and function of human heart. All of you have to practice the diagram of the human heart, which is very important topic in your chapter life process, right? And why it is called double circulation, as I told you before. Okay, thank you students. Now I am going to end my video. In my next video I am going to discuss about blood pressure, which instrument is used to measure the blood pressure. Okay, what is the range of blood pressure of a normal human being, and what is diastolic pressure, what do you mean by systolic pressure? All these things are discussed in my next video. Okay, thank you for watching this video. Stay home, stay safe, and bye everyone.